My name is Tori Bateman, and I'm a Policy Advocacy Coordinator with the American Friends Service Committee. Last week, the House of Representatives voted to pass the Fiscal Year 2020 National Defense Authorization Act, referred to as the NDAA. The House version of this bill would authorize a whopping $733 billion for defense spending, giving the U.S. the means to respond with violence to conflict around the world. We need you to keep pressure on Congress to include things that move us closer to our goals. The House version of the bill included several great amendments that are relevant to AFSC's work to stop endless wars, and we want to see these pieces included in the final bill. One amendment is in relation to the crisis in Yemen, where over 3 million people have been forced to flee their homes and over 70,000 have been killed by violent conflict. By supplying weapons and other support to the Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen, the United States has directly contributed to the humanitarian disaster. This includes the deaths of 40 Yemeni schoolchildren whose bus was hit by a U.S.-supplied bomb last August. One of the amendments that was included in the FY 2020 NDAA would prohibit U.S. assistance to the Saudi-led coalition's military engagement in Yemen. Another amendment that was added in the House version of the bill puts an important check on the power of the president to wage war against Iran. Last month, President Trump ordered airstrikes to retaliate against Iran for shooting down an unmanned surveillance drone that Iran says crossed into their airspace. The president only called the strikes off at the last minute. The House NDAA includes a prohibition on the use of force in or against Iran unless expressly authorized by Congress. The legal justification behind the United States' military actions around the world comes from two authorizations for use of military force, known as AUMFs, one passed in 2001 that has been broadly interpreted to allow force against al-Qaeda and affiliate forces, and one passed in 2002 that gave the president authority to carry out military action against Iraq. Unfortunately, the NDAA does not repeal the 2001 AUMF, but the House version of the NDAA would repeal the 2002 AUMF on Iraq. These pieces on Yemen, Iran, and the 2002 AUMF are only included in the House version of the bill. As the Senate and the House now work together to combine their bills in a conference committee, we need you to remind them of how important it is to include language that puts an end to the United States' endless wars.